Ladies and gentlemen, friends and fellow dreamers, today, we stand together on the precipice of possibility. The world is open before us, and the opportunities are endless. But let's not fool ourselves. This is not a journey that will be handed to us. No one is going to pave the way to our success, and no one is going to drag us across the finish line. If there is one simple truth that each of us needs to internalize, it's this: no excuses. Work harder. Life is full of excuses, distractions, and reasons to stop pushing, to slow down, to settle. The temptation to take the easy road is always there. We've all been there, haven't we? We've all faced moments when giving up felt easier than pushing through. When it felt like circumstances were too overwhelming, the obstacles too high, and the path too unclear. But today, I challenge each and every one of you to embrace something different, something powerful. To embrace a mindset that says, no excuses, I will work harder. There is a misconception floating around in the world today, a toxic belief that success is just a matter of luck or connections, that only a select few are destined to achieve greatness while the rest of us are meant to just scrape by. But let me tell you something. Success is never handed out freely. Success is earned. It's fought for. It's bled for. And it is available to anyone who is willing to do one simple thing: work harder. Look around you. The people you admire, the people you envy, the people you see accomplishing great things, they are not made of anything different than you or me. They don't have more hours in their day, more physical energy, or more resources in their hands than what you are capable of. What they have is a relentless work ethic, a mindset that says, I will not stop, I will not give up, I will not settle. We all have challenges. We all have reasons why something might seem impossible. We have financial struggles, family obligations, health concerns, and doubts that creep into our minds. But there are two kinds of people in this world: those who use their circumstances as excuses, and those who use them as fuel. Which one will you be? When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you feel like the universe is conspiring against you? That is the exact moment when your real character is tested. Will you give in and let the excuses win? Or will you dig deep and push forward harder than ever before? Because the truth is, no one else cares about your excuses. Your circumstances are your responsibility, and your success is your responsibility. It's easy to say, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, I'll do it tomorrow. But that's the language of mediocrity. Every time you give yourself permission to quit, you reinforce the idea that you're not capable of achieving greatness. But let me tell you something, you are capable. Every single one of you has the potential to achieve beyond what you can even imagine. The only thing standing between you and your potential is the willingness to work for it. You might be thinking, but I've worked hard already. Why haven't I seen the results yet? And to that, I say, work harder. Consistency is the key that unlocks success. Hard work over time will always outperform sporadic bursts of effort. It's not enough to work hard once or twice. You must make it a habit. You must show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. The great philosopher Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. And that habit starts today, right now. It starts with the decision to push yourself further, to dig deeper, to demand more of yourself than you ever have before. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Picture them clearly in your mind. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, your health, or your personal growth, ask yourself, are you working as hard as you could be? Are you putting in the effort that your dreams require? If the answer is no, then it's time to change that. No excuses, work harder. There is a story of the legendary basketball player Michael Jordan. People look at him as a natural-born talent, as someone who was destined for greatness from the beginning. But what they often forget is that Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of letting that rejection define him, he let it motivate him. He worked harder than ever, putting in endless hours on the court, refining his skills, perfecting his craft. He didn't make excuses. He didn't point fingers. He put in the work. And that's why, today, we know him as one of the greatest to ever play the game. The path to greatness is not glamorous. It's not easy. It's often lonely, filled with late nights, early mornings, and sacrifices that most people are not willing to make. But that's why most people don't reach their full potential. If you want to be different, if you want to achieve greatness, you must be willing to do what most people won't. You must be willing to work harder. It doesn't matter if you're starting from the bottom, if you face setbacks, or if things seem unfair. What matters is what you do from this point forward. Will you let your excuses define you, or will you rise above them? Every time you choose to work harder, every time you push through the pain, the fatigue, the doubt, you get one step closer to your goals. Let's talk about fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of the unknown. It's a natural human emotion, but it's also one of the biggest excuses we allow to control us. We let fear hold us back, convince us that we're not good enough, that we don't have what it takes. But fear is not an excuse. Fear is a challenge to be overcome. Every time you push through fear, every time you face it head-on, you grow stronger. You grow more resilient. You grow more capable. When things get tough, and they will, remember that pain is temporary. The struggle is temporary. But quitting? Quitting is forever. Every time you quit, you reinforce the habit of giving up, and you distance yourself from the life you truly want. But every time you push through, every time you fight for what you want, you bring yourself closer to the life you've always dreamed of. There is a saying that goes, "The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary." Success doesn't come first. Work comes first. Effort comes first. Dedication, discipline, and sacrifice come first. And then, if you've put in the work, success follows. Let's talk about the word excuse for a moment. What is an excuse? It's nothing more than a lie we tell ourselves to avoid taking responsibility. It's a crutch that we lean on to justify why we're not where we want to be. But if we want to achieve greatness, we must be brutally honest with ourselves. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They give us permission to stay stuck, to settle for less, to accept mediocrity. Look at anyone who has achieved anything of significance, and you will see someone who refused to make excuses. Whether it's an entrepreneur who built a business from scratch, an athlete who became a world champion, or a scientist who made groundbreaking discoveries, these people all had reasons to quit, reasons to give up, but they chose not to. They chose to work harder. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. If you want something, you have to go out there and get it. You have to work for it. And when you think you've worked hard enough, when you think you've given everything you have to dig deeper and find more. Because that's what it takes. We live in a world that rewards those who persist, those who keep going when others stop, those who refuse to let excuses stand in their way. It's not about who is the smartest, the fastest, or the most talented. It's about who is willing to outwork the rest. I challenge you today to adopt a new mindset. The mindset that says, I will not make excuses. I will work harder. Embrace the discomfort. Embrace the struggle. Because it is in those moments of hardship that you will find your true strength. Now, let's go deeper into what it really means to live by the mantra. No excuses, work harder. It's not just about working when it's convenient, or when everything lines up perfectly. It's about showing up day after day, no matter what. It's about discipline, consistency, and a relentless drive to improve. The truth is, most people give up when it gets tough. They let the first sign of struggle become their stopping point. But you're not most people. You're here because you believe in something bigger. You know that in order to reach your goals, you have to outlast the obstacles. You have to push through the pain. You have to outwork the competition, even when it feels impossible. Think about the people who inspire you. Do you think they got where they are by making excuses? Do you think they took it easy when things got tough? Absolutely not. They kept going. They pushed harder. They worked longer hours. They sacrificed weekends, comfort, and even their own doubts to achieve what they set out to do. The reality is, life will never be perfect. There will always be distractions, always be reasons to postpone or take a break. But champions, those who rise above, understand that there are no perfect conditions. There is only the work that needs to be done, and the time to do it is now. When you embrace the mindset of no excuses, work harder, you take full ownership of your future. You stop blaming circumstances, other people, or even yourself for past failures. You focus entirely on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, your persistence. Every time you make an excuse, you allow doubt and weakness to creep in. But when you commit to hard work, you build resilience. You become unstoppable. There is a sense of freedom in knowing that the only thing standing between you and your goals is the effort you're willing to put in. There are no barriers you cannot break, no challenge too great. All that is required is work, and more work. And let's be clear, working harder doesn't mean mindless labor. It means working smarter, learning from every failure, and adjusting your approach as needed. It means understanding that hard work is not just about physical effort, but about mental toughness. It's about showing up with the right mindset, day in and day out, and giving 100% of yourself, even when the odds are against you. Too often, people get stuck in a cycle of procrastination, telling themselves they'll start tomorrow, or when conditions improve. But tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and perfect conditions never come. What we have is today, right now. This very moment is all the opportunity you need to make a difference. Ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my goals? Can I put in an extra hour of practice? Can I make one more phone call? Can I study a little longer, learn a new skill, or take a bold step that I've been avoiding? Success is not a mystery. It doesn't require some secret formula. It's simple, really. You put in the work. You stay focused. You refuse to quit. You show up when others walk away. You learn from your failures, and then you work even harder. When others are making excuses, you'll be putting in the effort. When others are taking the easy way out, you'll be pushing through the tough moments. When others are quitting, you'll be grinding until the job is done. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Think about the legacy you want to leave. Do you want to be remembered as someone who gave up when things got tough? Or do you want to be remembered as someone who pushed through every obstacle, who never took no for an answer, who didn't let anything stand in their way? There will be times when people doubt you, when even you might doubt yourself. But those doubts mean nothing in the face of hard work. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Every moment of perseverance, every decision to keep going when it would be easier to stop, strengthens your resolve. The more you push yourself, the more you'll realize how much potential you truly have. You'll surprise yourself with how far you can go when you refuse to make excuses. You'll start to see that the only limitations are the ones you set for yourself. Remember, success is not handed out, it is earned. And it is earned through hard work, sacrifice, and relentless dedication. There is no magic formula, no shortcut. The path is simple. Outwork everyone else. So, when you wake up tomorrow, and every day after that, tell yourself this: no excuses. I will work harder today than I did yesterday. I will push myself further. I will challenge myself more. I will do what needs to be done, no matter what. Every single day is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when everything feels like it's falling apart, those are the moments that truly define you. It's easy to work hard when things are going well, but greatness is forged in the struggle. Embrace the challenges, because they are molding you into someone unstoppable. Success is not about who finishes first. It's about who keeps going when everyone else has given up. Don't settle for mediocrity when you are capable of excellence. Refuse to let excuses dictate your future. Push yourself beyond your comfort zone and watch how far you can go. The harder you work, the stronger you become. No excuses, only progress. This is your time. This is your moment. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to work harder. There are no shortcuts. There is no easy path. But that's okay, because you don't need easy. You are stronger than you think, and you are capable of more than you realize. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make today. Will you make excuses, or will you work harder? The choice is yours. So go out there and do the work. No excuses, just effort. No shortcuts, just dedication. No limits, just the belief that if you put in the work, success will follow. Thank you. And remember, no excuses. Work harder.